Lamar better than Vic? Yes. I'm taking Lamar Jackson over Michael
Larry
Vick.
Bird never had a bad season.
Jamar Chase is going to have 15 touchdowns.
He may still be the best player in the world. Sports fans, we're live right now. We are live. Welcome to another episode of the Sports Behavior Podcast. I'm your host, OG the Beast. Look, happy to be here on this Monday, right? Not Tuesday. We here on a Monday today. I wanted to knock it out. I might start moving the shows to Monday, whatever the case may be. Monday seemed like just the better day to do it. Even though Monday Night Football is tonight, who gives a damn? I'm happy to be here. I hope you are happy to be here with me. We got a lot to get to. Packed show today. A couple of things I want to get to, all right? Week 5 already? We are 5 weeks through the regular season already. Here we are, a quarter of the way through the regular season. I feel like we just got here, ladies and gentlemen. And here we are, a quarter of the way through the season. Listen, as y'all all know, I like to open up the show addressing the elephant in the room. I want to start by saying this. 3 points of contact has always been preached since Pop Warner, for as long as I can remember. One of the first things you learn is how to take care of the football. 3 points of contact. Running back for the Arizona Cardinals, Amari DeMarcgarbage, however you pronounce his name, I'm going to just call him DeMarcgarbage. 60 yards, 70 yards, scrambled to the spot just to drop the ball at the 1 yard line. What is going on? What are we doing? What are you thinking? It's a monumental moment for you. 2 injuries caused you to be in this position to thrive. When given the opportunity to do so, this is what you do with it. You fumble on the 1 yard line. What is so hard about finishing the play? 1 yard line is diabolical. It floats into the end zone, and you know what happens if you fumble into the end zone. It's a touchback, which means everything you did was null and void. You get credit for the yards, but the other team gets the ball back. It's a touchback. One of the most diabolical things you can do on a football field is fumble the ball on a 1 yard line. They teach you this. They teach you not even to extend for the pylon a lot of the times because it's risky. If you don't crack that pylon and you drop the ball before the ball crosses the plane, you fumble in the back of the end zone, it's a no-no. And I've seen this time in and time out since I've been watching football. I believe A.D. Mitchell did it last year, if I'm not mistaken, his rookie campaign. I think Jonathan Taylor did it. I remember when Deshaun Jackson did it. I call it the Leon Let. Celebrating too early, you getting too comfortable, not being able to read the room and see that somebody is pacing behind you and they thirsty to smack the ball loose. You fumble the ball into the end zone. Literally, one of the worst things, if not the worst thing, you can do as a football player is fumble the ball in the end zone. Touchback for the other team. It's diabolical. Especially with you being Amari DeMarcgarbage. You don't get opportunities like this on a regular basis. 2 injuries. One to James Conner, another to Trey Benson. One guy's out for the season, another guy's on injured reserve. It's next man up. And now you might have cost yourself a certified slot as the guy on this squad simply because you don't want to clear the plane with the football. It's diabolical. It's crazy to me how players could do so many good things in a row followed by so much bad shit right behind it. It literally negates everything positive that you just did. What's the fascination with dropping a ball in a hurry? Y'all need to go back and watch Barry Sanders. Go do what Barry Sanders did. When he crossed the plane with the football, he handed it to the ref. Go do that. Find the ref and hand it to him. If that's what you got to do to ensure that you break the plane with the football in your hands, do it. This is lunacy. I don't give a damn if a play like this happens once every 10 years, which it doesn't, and we've proven that. It happens more often than you think. But I don't give a damn if this play happens once every 10 years. There's certain things that come with your occupation that you should not do. This is one of them, right? Lawyers need to learn how to lie, right? Police officers shouldn't shoot innocent people, even though we see a lot of that. football players shouldn't fumble breakaway touchdowns. It should literally be in a unwritten rule book. I don't understand it for the life of me. But Amari DeMarco Garbage, however you pronounce your last name, you might have cost yourself, if not a roster spot. This is a cuttable offense to me, to be honest. This is definitely a cuttable offense. You're diabolical, sir. Not only did you do that, but you cost your team the win. The Tennessee Titans ended up getting you cost your just know you cost your team the dub by doing this diabolical shit. Speaking of diabolical, how about Jake Browning this season? A few years back, I looked at a guy like Jake Browning and I say, okay, he's a serviceable backup in this league. I think with Joe Burrow being injury prone, this guy could come in and potentially win a couple of games for you. Oh boy, was I wrong. Get Jake Browning out of here. We've seen enough weeks of this garbage. It felt like 5 weeks, but it's only been like 3. But he's god-awful. He's obviously not a starting quarterback in this league. He one of them guys that should be like the permanent backup, right? It's like if the starter go down, bring the third string guy in, and then he's still the backup. He the backup to the backup. That's who he need to be if you want to let him play in the National Football League. I am convinced a freshman quarterback from college right now would be a better fit for the Cincinnati Bengals than this guy. He's god-awful. This dude has produced more interceptions than touchdowns with a 5-to-2 ratio and a 42 quarterback rating. He's god-awful. God-awful. Joe Burrow needs to be in the rush to get back because I'm convinced a 50% healthy Joe Burrow is better than a 150% healthy Jake Browning. On baby, I'm convinced. He's garbage. Bricio. Get him off my football field. If I see next week that the Cincinnati Bengals have not made an adjustment to get rid of Jake Browning, whether you cut him or bench him, somebody needs to be fined, fired, or sued in that organization. I'm convinced that you're trying to lose on purpose, which might not be a bad idea if you're telling me Joe Burrow ain't returning no time soon. Because you got way too much talent for this shit to be going down the way that it's going down. Certain teams in the National Football League are just contingent on their most important players, which is understandable to a certain degree. But at some point, when you realize that to be the case, we got to look at that and say, oh, should we give this player more credit than we give other players at said position, if that makes any sense? Prime example is Lamar Jackson. The Baltimore Ravens are garbage, right? The Baltimore Ravens are currently 1-4. The defense is banged up. The offense really doesn't have much to work with. Lamar Jackson is banged up. And when he's not in a game, this team looks like a college football team, a D3 college football team. Let's keep it a buck. They're garbage. Derrick Henry falls apart. The offensive line doesn't block. The defense can't stop a nosebleed. Nothing. Everybody is depleted. They suffering through a lot of injuries. I get all of that. But can we keep it a bean? This is why I have Lamar Jackson as the first or second best quarterback in the league. Because when he's out there on that field for the Baltimore Ravens, it seems like it doesn't really matter what the rest of the team does. They look like a completely different squad with him out there. And it's been like that since he's joined these guys a few years back, like 2018, I believe it was. 2018, 2019. He's literally Superman. There's certain players that are Superman for their organizations. Like when they not there, it looks nasty, man. Like that's how Lane Johnson is for the Eagles. Right? Lamar Jackson is banged up, and I get all of that. But to get embarrassed like this at home is atrocious. And this is a prime example of what I just talked about, how Lamar Jackson is Superman. Certain guys at the position should get more credit than others just due to the fact of how that team and organization looks when they are not present. When Jalen Hurts was out, the Eagles looked discombobulated, confused, and garbage. Joe Burrow out, Jake Browning is in. The Cincinnati Bengals look like they don't even belong to be in the National Football League. These guys look like college players, right? When Josh Allen is out, that Buffalo Bills defense or that Buffalo Bills team looks horrendous, god awful. Certain guys should get more credit than other guys, even though you may be able to consider other guys better than other guys. Certain guys should get more credit for being who they end up becoming at certain positions. I'm sorry. Certain guys are just bigger assets, and it's evident. It's truly evident when you look at how these teams look in the absence of certain players. This is ridiculous. The ass whooping that Baltimore faced, they didn't even compete. They didn't even compete. But all I know is a few things need to be changed about time Sunday roll around, and it needs to happen stat. The Tennessee Titans play calling needs to get better, and I know that's a young team, and they're trying to get it together with a young quarterback, but I feel like the offensive coordinator is not helping out Cam Ward over there, right? That's one. Number two, I don't want to see Jake Browning on my screen, and I watch every game. Get Jake Browning the hell out of here. I do not want to see this man on my screen at all. Number three, even though Amari and Hampton just got banged up for the LA Chargers, I need you guys to run the football more, along with the Philadelphia Eagles. Can we run the football more? Please? Speaking of my Philadelphia Eagles, let me take a sip of my water before I say this shit. I know it's a big-ass cup. Don't make fun of me. What's understood don't need to be explained. A 12-game winning streak snapped. I believe we went like 280 some odd days without losing a game, right? Our winning streak gets snapped. We 4-1. Everybody's making it a big deal. People sliding in my DMs. They all in my comment section, hitting my line, calling me, laughing, kikiing. OG, y'all suck. Y'all stink. Now we garbage. Now we suck. Now we stink. Jalen Hurts comes out here and throws for damn near 300 yards. We lose the game. But the passing offense was the biggest issue, even though we were winning games. The Eagles find a way to win ugly, dirty, filthy, nasty, stinky games, right? I'm convinced people would rather look good and lose than look bad and win. Because guess what? The offense, the passing offense yesterday for the Philadelphia Eagles looked the best it's looked all season long. And guess what happened? We lost. So really, what do you guys expect from us? And we did it against the number one passing defense in the league. This Denver Broncos defense is no joke. But damn it, can we run the ball? I don't give a damn who it is. If Saquon injured, get him out of the game. Let's put somebody in the game that can run the ball. This came out. Saquon is suffering from a knee injury, missing practice, all type of shit. If he's hurt, sit his ass down. Let's get somebody in here that can run the ball. Jalen Hurts didn't use his legs at all. Saquon Barkley didn't use his legs at all. 6 carries for my running back is egregious. We are a run-heavy offense, and I get it. Sometimes the critics can seep into your head, and you want to go out here and show and prove what we really can do. But it comes a point in time where you have to put all of that shit behind us. Remind yourself that we are the defending Super Bowl champions. And we didn't get here by throwing the ball 40 times, which is what Jalen Hurts did on Sunday. We got here by running the football, playing great defense, putting our guys in a position to win over and over and over again. Whether it be through clutch moments, whether it be through special teams plays, blocking a field goal, blocking a punt, returning it for a touchdown, we win using all phases of the game. And it's getting to a point where I don't give a damn what y'all think. Stop sliding in my DMs. Y'all all in my comments talking all this raspy shit, and y'all really don't know what y'all talking about. And I'm going to keep it a buck. Listen, for everybody that's talking shit to me about my Eagles taking 1 loss in 13 games, let me tell you something. If your team ain't did shit over the course of the last decade or so, don't talk to me. Guys is sliding in my DMs, text messaging me, hitting my line, calling me, and they Browns fans. Hitting my line, calling me, and they Broncos fans. What has the Broncos done in the past decade? Garbage. Y'all ain't did shit since Peyton Manning. Let's keep it a buck. Gabricio. All of y'all Ravens fans is hitting my line. Oh, we the real birds of the NFL. Okay. But y'all choke in the playoffs. So what are we really talking about here? My team has a Super Bowl. My team has a quarterback that's a Super Bowl MVP. Yes, that L hurt, Sale. Yeah, it did. But we gonna live and learn from it, for sure. But the fact of the matter is, I don't even give a damn about the L. Screw the L. Why are y'all hitting my line? And y'all teams ain't shit for real. What you saw from my team taking that L, you should be used to, considering y'all squads be garbage more than half the time. Straight garbage. But y'all want to, y'all waiting on the Eagles to lose. Y'all waiting on the Eagles to lose so y'all can slide in my DM and talk crazy. Man, get off my line one with that. We not on that. Losing is part of the game, and I'm willing to openly embrace that. So it is what it is. Like I said, some fans would rather look good and lose than look bad and win, and I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. But what I don't understand also is how certain players feel like at the point in time they need the money, right? They need the money that they feel like they deserve. And then you look at it and you say, do you really deserve that money? You got humbled like Stefon Diggs, right? Why didn't he stay with the Buffalo Bills? Why did he leave? Bunch of bullshit that goes into that, right? It doesn't work out, whatever the case may be. I felt like he could have prolonged his career going with, staying with the Buffalo Bills, because right now it's looking like he's only got a few more years left. But it seems like him and Drake May has caught a stride, right? Stefon Diggs goes off against his former team, helps them secure the win. He had like 10 or 11 catches for $146, didn't score, but he still had an incredible game. He looked unguardable out there, and he can still play football, right? Drake May, he looked like he found his guy. They've been searching for an elite wide receiver for a while, and even though it came in the form of a veteran presence instead of a young presence, even though they got a couple young cats over there that potentially could step up into that situation. But right now, I think they need to feature Stefon Diggs moving forward. It's working. Don't go away from what's working. Don't be stupid, Patriots. Stefon Diggs is probably the best wide receiver you've had in the last 15 years, to keep it a buck. Like, let's think about it. What caliber of wide receiver, legit X wide receiver, have y'all had better than Stefon Diggs over the course of the last 15 years? Patriots fans, somebody let me know. What you going to say? Wes Welker? He's not an X. Julian Edelman? Wasn't an X. The best I could think of outside of Randy Moss back in the late 2000s was probably Brandon Cooks. Let's keep it a buck. I'll be back after the Bears beat the Commanders next week. Hey, you know where I'm at. Both y'all could come on. You and Sale. Go Chiefs. Yeah, go Chiefs. Go Chiefs. Chiefs garbage. You can come on here too and get this work. Both of y'all can come sit right up here. Chicago Bears, Kansas City Chiefs. We could talk about it for sure. But bottom line is, Stefon Diggs did look good in his revenge game. I'm happy for Stefon Diggs, right? It looks like he's comfortable in the spot that he's at. And hopefully him and Drake May can continue to thrive together, because Drake May needs that veteran presence. He's a young cat that is literally on the brink of, are you our guy? Are you not our guy? We slowly but surely figuring it out as we move forward. Young quarterbacks in this league do not get the amount of time that they used to get. It's a show and prove, and we need it done almost immediately. Prime example, Jackson Dart. To me, he looked great. The Giants losing wasn't his fault, even though he did fumble the football trying to do an Allen Iverson crossover in the middle of a no man's land, right? That's shit that he'll learn from. Jackson Dart has a tendency of not getting down, not sliding. He likes to embrace contact. That's something else he'll learn as he progresses as a player in the National Football League. But in my opinion, I like what I saw from the kid. Like, he didn't put up staggering numbers or anything like that. They did lose the game. I get all of that. But just keep it a buck. I like what I saw, right? It seems like we take away – it seems like we went away from the days of letting these young guys develop, right? We look at a guy like Caleb Williams, at a Michael Penix. We look at guys like J.J. McCarthy and Cam Ward and all of these new guys that's coming out, right? And it's like within like the first 2 years, if you not showing us that you special or something like that, you damn near up out of the league for sure. Or you a backup, you delegated to the backup role. The last guy I feel like got, I don't even want to say a legit shot, but he stayed probably longer than he should have, without any weapons, dealt a terrible hand. Two guys I think of, Danny Dimes and Justin Fields. They want to say they gave Justin Fields a fair shake, but they really didn't. The best receiver he had was DJ Moore, and they lit it up together, and then he was out of there. Same thing with Danny Dimes, right? The best receiver he had might have been Sterling Shepard. He was mediocre, and they got him up out of there. Now you put him with a competent head coach. You put him with a great play caller. You put him with an organization that's really trying to thrive and win. They have an elite level running back, offensive line play. Everything seems to be lined up. The defense is outstanding over there in Indianapolis. They balling out. You surround this guy with the requisite pieces in a franchise that's actually trying to win, unlike the New York Giants. And look at what we got, Indiana Jones. This dude has been playing phenomenal football. I made a video earlier, top 5 surprises a quarter of the way through the season. He was my number 1 surprise. I did not see this. And I was always a guy that said Daniel Jones was not dealt a fair shake. But even with that being said, even with him not being dealt a fair shake, I still didn't feel like coming into this situation, it was the best, most ideal situation for him, which is why I didn't see this coming. But damn it, I was wrong. Shane Steichen got these boys rolling. Jonathan Taylor is looking like the best running back in the league. Of course, it took a couple of these guys to take a step back, like Saquon Barkley. LOL, I'll be back. We who y'all want to be on Steve, man. Stop. Show fire though. Appreciate it, Sil. Appreciate it. But I didn't see this from Danny Dimes. And I'm confused, like I say, to get back to the young quarterbacks, right? I'm confused on why the National Football League chose to move away from allowing young talent to progress. Is it because we're lazy as coaches and don't really want to do what it takes to coach? Is it because coaches are also on a short leash, right? You sign your little deal, you got a few years to show what you can do, and you up out of here, so you don't really want to waste your time trying to develop a talent that potentially could get you fired, right? Or 3, is just the technology is so advanced that we feel like if you ain't got what it takes by year 2 to show us that you belong here, you up out of here. I feel like it's a bit of everything. It's a bit of all 3. But the main thing, I think, is the lack of coaching. I don't think coaches want to be real coaches anymore. That's what I think is more about than anything else. Coaches are lazy nowadays. We don't got them old school coaches that really, really built a scheme and a system around the talents or lack thereof of a player. Instead, guys want to come in with a ready-made scheme, come in with a ready-made system, and try to conform the quarterback around your system instead of the other way around. If we pay attention, back in the day, Bill Walsh, the creator of the West Coast offense. Why did he create the West Coast offense? Because his quarterback at the time, Joe Montana, didn't have the strongest arm, but he was deadly accurate. So what can we do to fix this? We create a system that involves him getting the ball to the playmakers out in space and letting them do the work versus him doing all the heavy lifting. Joe Montana, he's an all-time great, right? One of the greatest to ever do it, second greatest in my opinion. But he was propelled by a system put in place by a Hall of Fame head coach in Bill Walsh. And I think other coaches need to adopt that. Bill Parcells said it best. Don't tell me what a player can't do. Tell me what a player can do, and I'll figure out how to work to his strengths. Every pass rusher can't run stop. Every run stopper can't pass rush. So we going to figure out how to utilize this guy to the best of his abilities. And if he decides to enhance his game to cater to other aspects of his position, then that's a plus for us. But if this guy's a speed demon off the edge and he can't be blocked with his finesse moves, we're not going to force this guy to be a power player coming off the edge. We're going to cater to what he needs to do, what he likes to do, what he enjoys doing. G-Bet, what's going on, my man? How you feeling? You know, and I think we need to, as coaches, these guys need to get back to that. These guys need to get back to formulating schemes and systems around your great, talented players instead of trying to bring your system in and make these players conform, right? Because the life expectancy of a player is longer than a life expectancy of a coach, believe it or not. You'll get up out of here before these elite level players or generational talents to get up out of here. Believe you me. That's for damn sure. But I like what I saw from Jackson Dart on Sunday. Didn't pop off the page statistically, but he made some throws that I like. He's found a rapport with his young big tight end. He had threw 2 touchdowns to this tight end. To be honest with you, the loss was nasty, and I think the Giants lost this game more than the Saints won this game. This is just an exhibit of how bad the Aints have been as of late. Like 5 turnovers. Like when a team commits 5 turnovers, you expect it to walk through this team, right? If I hear a team turned the ball over 5 times, at least 3 of them probably granted you great field position. And if you didn't capitalize with at least a field goal in that situation, I don't know what to tell you. But it was still a close game, still a winnable game down the stretch while committing 5 turnovers. So let's just say the Giants lost this game more than the Saints won it. And that's just a testament to how bad the New Orleans Saints are. Even after all of that, it was a 1-possession game, right? So I don't know. The Saints is garbage. Who do you think is the most disappointing player and team this year? I was actually going to drop a video about who I felt was the most disappointing players. I was going to drop 6 guys. I had 6 names. Actually, I'll tell you guys right now. I'll tell you guys right now, and I'll still make the video, but I'll tell you guys right now. I actually got the list right in front of me. The most disappointing players / teams or whatever, Baltimore Ravens for one. Nobody saw this defense, even with Lamar Jackson being in the lineup. Nobody saw that defense being as bad as they've been. They've been atrocious. They can't stop anybody, and they've lost a multitude of close games this season with Lamar Jackson in the lineup. So, Baltimore Ravens was definitely one. Another one is the Cincinnati Bengals. The entire offense of the Cincinnati Bengals. The fact that they keep trotting out Jake Browning, knowing what you seeing is what you getting. And I know you see this guy more than we do. We see him during the games on Sundays. You seeing this guy all week long in practice and walkthroughs. He's garbage. You got to know he garbage. But the Cincinnati Bengals, I feel like even with the trash quarterback, should be better than what they are. They've been getting the floor mopped with them, and they've been a huge, huge disappointment to start the season. A.J. Brown, another one, is more of a product of the system. Kevin Patullo, our offensive coordinator, has not been calling the requisite plays to get this guy open and involved. We need to start scheming A.J. Brown open. He's too good of a wide receiver for that. He hasn't been getting the ball. He's been a massive disappointment, in my opinion, not due to the skill set or lack thereof, or not due to the fact of him not being as good as we say or think he is. It's more so about the pieces around him, the play calling, the passing offense. It just hasn't been there. And we've had a tough schedule to start, especially the cornerbacks that we've played. Marvin Harrison is another guy that literally disappointed me from the start of the season. He bulked up during the offseason. I figured this guy was going to come out and have a hellacious revenge tour in his second season, but it looks like a sophomore slump in my opinion. Even though he's been playing okay the last few games, he's been playing okay. But I feel like him and Kyler Murray do not have a rapport, especially after reports came out that Kyler Murray told him, I'm not force-feeding you the ball, dog. Get open if you want the ball. It's reminiscent of what Dak Prescott told Dez Bryant back in the day. Dez Bryant coming off Tony Romo, a guy who he had probably one of the best rapports I've ever seen in NFL history, right? Sometimes having a rapport with a wide receiver is more important than talent, in my opinion, right? You could put 2 talented guys together, but if they don't have a rapport, it's not going to look as good as the 2 guys with the rapport, and I'll stand by that, right? Because I'll take Tony Romo to Dez Bryant over a lot of wide receiver quarterback combos. So even with that being said, it just doesn't seem like Marvin Harrison and Kyler Murray are on the same page, but we'll see how the season progresses. Brian Thomas Jr., he's been god-awful and horrendous. The lack of separation, it doesn't look like Trevor Lawrence is even looking for this guy. I don't even know how to explain what's going on with that offense in general outside of Travis Etienne. So everybody was all hyped on Brian Thomas Jr. coming in, having a great sophomore year. And again, he looks like another candidate for a sophomore slump season. Derrick Henry is another running back. He's been fumbleitis all season long, right? He's cost the Baltimore Ravens a couple of games, fumbling at the most inopportune times in these games. And and he hasn't been himself. It looks like age is catching up to him. I explained how I called Derrick Henry the LeBron James of the NFL, right? In ways that you really can't distinguish a fall off with LeBron. I mean, no matter what metric you look at it, through the numbers, whatever you advanced analytics, he's still producing at a high level statistically. But when you watch him, he doesn't get back on defense sometimes. He takes plays off. And I think I'll attribute that to his fall from grace versus how he was in 2013 as one of the better defenders in the league. To me, Derrick Henry's fall from grace might not come statistically by the numbers. He was a 1,900-yard receiver last year at the age of 30. His downfall may come in his inability to possess the ball at an elite level anymore, or his inability to hit the hole as with conviction like he used to do in the past. So maybe we'll see a minute digression from Derrick Henry, but as of late, he's definitely been one of the guys that's disappointing me. And last but not least, I had Ladd McConkey, but this was before his quote-unquote breakout game. He caught a touchdown in his last game, so maybe that's something that he can build off of. But those were guys that I felt like are disappointments to start the season off. I didn't even know I was going to get into that segment, but we just ramble it off, and here we are. But how about Darren Waller, man? Shout out to Darren Waller. I started him in fantasy this week. He gave me 13. I think he had like 5 for 83 in a tutty, all right? Shout out to Darren Waller, right? His story is amazing. This is a guy that was a drug addict. He had suffered from substance abuse, bounced back from that, got into the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like, stayed consistent, had a good enough career. I don't know if it's Hall of Fame worthy, but it was a good enough career to say, hey, y'all remember Darren Waller? Yeah, I remember he was decent. You know what I'm saying? Was in a bad situation last year, looked around like this shit garbage, retired. Everybody thought he was done, took a year off, and here he is back on the football field looking revitalized. He looks healthy for one. He looks like he wants to be here. He looks happy to be here with the Miami Dolphins. I saw nothing but smiles on the sideline from Darren Waller. And they had him on a pitch count, and they say week by week by week by week he's going to increase his workload, and they need him more now than they ever have, especially due to the injury of Tyreek Hill in a bad way. So I'm happy for Darren Waller, and I like what I'm seeing from him. He looks revitalized. He looks like he's ready to play some football, and I'm here for it. Speaking of here for it, you know who garbage? The Las Vegas Raiders are garbage. They haven't won a game since week 1. They are on a 4-game losing streak after this loss to the Colts. In embarrassing fashion. They put up 6 points, if I'm not mistaken. Got the doors blown off them. I have to sit here on this microphone and openly admit that I was wrong about Geno Smith this year. I had it backwards. I thought Geno Smith was going to be the one to pop, potentially be good enough to win Offensive Player of the Year. And I thought the guy up in Seattle was going to be garbage. Not to say that he's been blowing the doors off anything expectation-wise. Sam Darnold I'm talking about. He's been solid, but Geno Smith has been god-awful. Ooh, Raiders. Y'all are stinky. This entire team was on sleeper alert coming into the season, right? I expected more from Geno Smith. I was wrong about that. And I completely apologize. I'm a man of my word. I stand up here and let you know when I'm wrong. But damn it, when I'm right, you're going to hear that aspect of it too. And I was wrong about Geno Smith. This team is missing the playoffs. I've seen enough. They are Gabricio. Chip Kelly. Y'all know how I feel about him. Gabricio. Garbage. This offense looks horrendous. Trey Tucker. Jacoby Myers. They don't know how to get none of these guys the ball. Brock Bowers, what's going on? Y'all got the requisite pieces put in place to be a decent, at least middle-of-the-pack team on the offensive side of the ball. The offensive line is laughable. Geno Smith, laughable, right? The rookie Ashton Genty had his breakout game a few weeks ago. The rest of this shit is looking laughable. Raiders fans, I don't know how y'all put up with it. Gabricio. But you know who ain't Gabricio? Keenan Allen. He was with the Bears last year, right? Steps away, goes back home to the LA Chargers, and it fits like a glove. I'm looking at Keenan Allen. I'm like, man, this guy doesn't miss a beat. Keenan Allen, right? Becomes the fastest player to 1,000 catches. He's having an amazing career, and it looked like it was all but over after getting cut by the Chicago Bears. Or I don't think he might not have been cut. I think his contract just expired and they didn't renew it, and nobody picked him up in the offseason. And then the LA Chargers was like, yo, y'all not gonna pick up Keenan Allen? Hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Come on back home. And it just fits like a glove. It works. And Keenan Allen has been amazing for these guys to start the season. I'm proud of Keenan Allen, but I want to ask y'all a question. With him being the fastest to 1,000 catches, which is one of the milestones most Hall of Famers try to achieve, right, in their careers, you at least want like 10,000 yards, 1,000 catches, 70, 80 touchdowns. You try to get that to kind of, now we got an argument for this Hall of Fame. With Keenan Allen at where he's at right now, where does Keenan Allen rank all time in your opinion? And also, is Keenan Allen a Hall of Famer? That's something to think about. Because Keenan Allen has had a great career. I low-key lightweight. Let's look up Keenan Allen's career numbers real quick. Is Keenan Allen a Hall of Famer? Keenan Allen. Let's see. Career numbers. Keenan Allen for his career, 1,003 receptions, 11,563 yards, and 69 touchdowns. Hey, y'all. 6-time Pro Bowler. Comeback Player of the Year. Hey. He ain't got no All-Pros, though. He was never considered the best wide receiver in the league at any point. KB say, no, that's my dog, but no. Hey, man. He ain't got no All-Pros. He ain't got no All-Pros, right? Hey. Keenan Allen, 159 games, 1,003 catches, 11,563 yards, 69 TDs. Hey. If Keenan Allen finished his career with close to 15,000 yards, 80, 70, 75, 80 touchdown, hey, let me tell you something. He might not be first ballot, but I wouldn't be mad if Keenan Allen slid in that Hall of Fame, big dog. I'm not going to hold you. Hey, shout out to Keenan Allen, man. Last week, it was block punt, block field goal. Guys is fumbling at the 1-yard line. This week, everybody had fumbleitis. I had 3 people on my fantasy team lose a fumble this week. That's 6 points down the drain, and I only won by 1. Tony Pollard lost a fumble. Quentin Johnston lost a fumble. Jordan Mason lost a fumble. Breece Hall lost a fumble. Kyron Williams lost a fumble. Josh Allen lost a fumble. Like, what's up? Do we got butter on the football or something? Is it something y'all ain't telling me? Last week, it was the special team show. Everybody was getting block kicks, block punts, block field goals. This week, it's fumbleitis. I don't know. It's a lot of fundamental shit that's been going down. Dropping a ball at the 1-yard line is egregious. I'm sorry, I just got to throw that out there again. Dropping a peel before you cross the end zone is diabolical. That's a fumble, too. I forgot about him. DeMarco garbage. Dropped the ball before he got to the 1-yard line. Garbage. KB say wide receiver is the hardest position to get into the Hall of Fame over quarterback? Hell no. The hardest position to get into the Hall of Fame is special teams, kickers and punters. I think it's like one kicker and one punter in the Hall of Fame. Ray Guy is in the Hall of Fame as a punter, and I think Morton Anderson is a Hall of Fame as a field goal kicker. Vinatieri might have got in too. Vinatieri, how many kickers is in the Hall of Fame? I don't think it's that many, field goal kickers in the Hall of Fame. But I know it's only one punter, and that's Ray Guy. So that might be the hardest position. Now you talking skill position? I don't know. Quarterback is hard. You had to be elite of the elite to get in as a quarterback, for sure. Ain't no mediocre quarterbacks getting into the Hall of Fame. And if they do, it take Lemmy long time. But let's do some predictions for the week. Let me see if I can pull up a week 5. What is this week? Let's see if I could pull up a week 5 schedule. Let's see if I can pull up a week 5 schedule. Oh no, week 5 just passed. This week 6 we going into. Hold on, is this week 5? Week 5 just passed. This week 6 we going into. Let's see if I can pull up a week 6 schedule. Who do we play this week? That's going to tell me if this is a legit schedule. Because they'll throw you off. You know, I ain't talking about no damn punters and kickers. Hey, man. I'm just saying. Let me see who the Eagles play. I'm going to get it together, y'all. Hold on. Oh, we play the Giants on Thursday night. Copy that. Damn, they ain't got no. All right, here we go. All right. All right, let's see. We got Thursday night football. Eagles and Giants. What's understood don't need to be explained. We about to bounce back and beat the dog shit out of the New York Giants. Give me the Eagles. We got Denver at Jets. I'm going to take Denver in that game coming off a close victory against my Eagles. I'm going to take Denver in that game. We got the Rams versus the Ravens. Give me the Rams. What's understood don't need to be explained. Dallas versus Carolina. Dallas has been rolling. So I'm going to take the Cowgirls in that one. We got Arizona versus Indianapolis. I like the way this Colts defense has been playing. Arizona hasn't been playing too bad either as of late, but they depleted in areas that's very important. Give me the Colts. Seattle versus Jacksonville. That Jacksonville defense is tough, and Seattle's offense JSN been balling. They got the running back tandem going on. Give me Seattle in this game. I'm going to take Seattle. Jacksonville's offense ain't been looking like shit. We got the Chargers versus the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins had a big win. Chargers coming off an embarrassing loss. So I'll take the Chargers in this game. We got the Browns versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers is about to dog walk the Cleveland garbage Browns. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers in that one. We got San Francisco 49ers versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm a big fan of Tampa Bay this year. San Francisco's a bit banged up. I think they're supposed to get George Kittle back either this week or next week, which is big for them. But I'm going to still take the Tampa Bay Bucs at home in this game. Tennessee versus the Las Vegas Raiders. This is the garbage fest. So if I had to close my eyes and pick one, I'm going to take the home team. They haven't won a game since week 1, and I think they due for one against a bad Tennessee team as well. So I'm going to take the whole team and the Las Vegas Raiders. Cincinnati Bengals versus the Green Bay Packers. Give me Green Bay. Moving on. New England versus New Orleans. Give me New England without a shadow of a doubt. This is going to be a very easy week. I would put these picks in and make some money off of these. Detroit versus Kansas City. I'm going to take Detroit in this game. Kansas City's been looking a little shaky. We'll see how they look tonight. But if I had to choose right now without seeing how they look tonight, give me the Detroit Lions in this one. We got 2 Monday night games. Buffalo at Atlanta. Give me Buffalo. And we got Chicago at Washington. That Washington defense played really, really, really well this week. Jaden Daniels is back. Terry McLaurin might be back next week. I'm going to take Washington at home. And those are my picks for week 6. Week 6 picks. Here we go. All right, let's do OG's top performers. And I'm going to get the hell up out y'all here. I got to go watch Monday Night Raw. All right. Week 5 is in the books, so you know what time it is. OG's top performers, and you know the rules. You want to get in, you better win. Now let's get it popping. It's been a tight week, man. It's been a tight week. Number 5, give me that Cowboys quarterback, Dak Prescott. What he had? 18 for 29, 237 yards, 4 touchdowns for Dak Prescott. CeeDee Lamb, no CeeDee Lamb. These boys is rolling. Hey, shout out to George Pickens. He looked like a good fit for this squad. I'm surprised. When they said they had 2 number ones, they really got 2 number one. Number 4, give me Jacoby Krosky Merritt. Just call him Bill because he got skills. 14 for $150 total on the ground. 2 touchdowns. The rookie was balling out. They had a controversy coming into the season. I think he ended the debate. He should be starting next week single-handedly. Workhorse running back. Put Bill in the game. Number 3, he was one of the top dogs last week. He made the list for consecutive weeks in a row. Jonathan Taylor, what he had? 17 carries, 86 total yards, 3 touchdowns? He's the best running back in the league. I'm going to just go ahead and say it now. Flat out. Number 2, give me the comeback king, Baker Mayfield, the most clutchest quarterback in the league. What he had? 29 for 33. I'm going to repeat that. 29 for 33, 379 yards, 2 touchdowns. Baker Mayfield should be considered a top 5 quarterback in this league. Somebody please slow him down. Every win has been within 3 points or less. All in clutch situations due to Baker Mayfield's clutch gene. And number 1, Rico Dowdle. Filling in at running back over there, Carolina. 23 carries, 234 total yards, and a touchdown. He's your top performer. Cowboys let him go. He goes to Carolina, and now he's running up the score. They bring in Javonte Williams. He's running up the score. The NFL is one of the hardest, if not the hardest things to predict. You just don't know what's going to happen week in and week out, year in and year out. It's so hard to put a finger on the National Football League. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But I ain't going to hold y'all too long, man. I had a hell of a time here with you guys. I'm very, very happy you guys were able to join. Hey, you know, if y'all can't catch it live here on Twitch, y'all already know what to do. At OGTheBeast_sports on every single social media platform. That is my handle. Please go support. Drop a like. Drop a follow for your boy. If, like I said, if you can't catch it live, it's always going to be on YouTube, man. Y'all already know how I'm rocking, man. Go drop me a follow, man. Support your boy. It's free to do, and I greatly appreciate it. But as always, OG out. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that sub button. Also, drop a like on the content. And while you at it, check out these 2 videos you see on the screen. OG out.